Business meeting for July 2nd, 2019. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Councilman Strachey.
Present.
Councilman Lewis. Present. Councilman Brown. Councilman Taylor. Present. Councilman Patrick. Present. Councilman Marshall. Present. President Scanlon. Present. That's all. Approval of the minutes from the June 19, 2019 business meeting. Councilman Strachey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand and ask reading on this approval for the business meeting minutes from the June 19, 2019 meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now it's time for public comment. You have 5 minutes. Please be respectful. State your name and your address, please. Come on down to speak.
Blizzard, 84 Crestmont Road, Binghamton. I think that privatizing the sewage treatment plant is asking for trouble. The wastewater plant could be the most valuable public asset we have in this area. It serves much of the population, but more important, being able to put clean, treated wastewater into Susquehanna affects all of us, everyone in this area, and everyone downstream, all the way through Pennsylvania and into the Chesapeake Bay. Before any decision to privatize is considered, the plant construction should be fully completed and all processes should be online. We cannot afford any more expensive legal challenges if all systems are not working properly and we continue to pollute the river as we are doing now. We don't know firsthand the track record of any private company, especially an out-of-town private company that we might hire, nor do we know the quality of the staff they might bring in. We do know that we already have many dedicated employees who have brought us through the floods and through the wall collapse, and they're invested in making their community safe and healthy. The current workforce is trained and experienced with all the necessary credentials. They're all civil service tested. Our operations personnel have New York State wastewater licenses. Our electricians are all licensed, and our mechanics have extensive experience working in this field. Our current management and the current employees have risen to the challenges of operating through the floods of 2005 and 2006. They've tirelessly learned new processes and new technology, and in spite of all this, they've still managed to meet most discharge permit requirements until a wall in the facility collapsed in 2011. After working diligently to clean up the damage, they've undergone further rigorous training to take over the operations of the newly renovated facility and process. Now, we know that there have been a lot of problems with the construction project. It's way behind schedule. It's costing us a fortune in fines. That is not the fault of our experienced staff. One of the biggest problems is the project manager is a part-time employee of the city who has an office inside City Hall. That position should have been a full-time job with additional staff as needed, so the project manager can be on site every day to hold the construction company accountable. There have been many issues with the workmanship. The construction is delayed, and now, as I said, fines need to be paid. That's neither the fault of the staff nor the board that maintains the facility. We need to ask ourselves, if the sewage treatment plant is privatized, will the for-profit, possibly out-of-town company have competent dedicated on-site management? Or will they think they can pull the wool over the eyes of the people in our small town? There are many issues with privatizing the facility before this construction is complete. Once the construction is completed and the equipment is installed, there's still a period of warranty time covering defects and problems. These problems will need to be discovered and dealt with by our people who know the plant as it is. True costs for operating the facility are still not known. The biggest cost increase in people's water bills is going to be the cost of repaying the loan that we took out to build the facility. Privatization will not affect that. We need to have open public discussion about what form of management and ownership the wastewater treatment plant should have. We need to look at creating an expanded board accountable to the entire county. Should we move to a public authority or to county ownership? That's an important thing to consider. None of these decisions should be made behind closed doors. The entire process of debate and decision should be transparent and actively involve the public. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time to catch my breath, you know?
Sit down and see.
I'm John Solak, bearer of bad news for 43 years. On the sewer plant, George Colville was on the radio. Mayor came on the radio today. You had Jacobs Engineering before you. Look, the people that I find credible in this are the people that run the plant. There is nothing that they have said that I could pick holes into. And following up on the last speaker, you know, if you Google John Solak, Preston X letters, sewer plant, you will see more than a few letters about the sewer plant, going back more than a few years. The ownership of Jeff Crane, the county executive, 20 years ago said, I'll buy it from the county for $1. Nothing was done. I appeared before the IDA a couple of years ago. You have a local couple. The problem here is twofold. It's not only what's going on in the plant, it's the bonds. You get a spike in interest rates, you're dead in the water on these things. And the true tale is going to be the prospectus that you issue to investors, prospective investors. That's going to tell the whole story. And we're not getting the whole story here at all. So, and you're certainly smart. Now, Mayor David said, well, me and Mayor Deemy, you know, we got to get this thing done. It's the same thing we heard 20 years ago. You know, this is a never-ending fiasco. First was the going with the European system. You know, that was everything had to be shipped in, or our people had to go to Amsterdam or wherever. That was the first one. Then, you know, there was a younger council that made huge blunders. 3 of them were around 25, 26 years old. Maybe Chris was on some of that, but huge blunders. Going into the capital accounts. So they said, well, we need to keep the bills low. Now, one of the things in the city, seeing all these bedrooms being constructed, you need to have an impact up here. You can't go anywhere in this country and put in toilets in residential structures without paying $1,000, $1,500 impact fee right off the bat. So you're behind on all this stuff. So, you know, the mayor's a snake oil salesman. I mean, it's become a joke. The attorney, the suntanned attorney from Martha's Vineyard came in here, grabbed a $150,000 legal fee. It's a complete joke. And then for them to say, when they open the bids, well, only 20% of it's the price. I mean, this is a movable thing. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a disaster. Now, the only way at this point, in fact, you know, if you listen to Jacob, this design for us right now, that you know, maybe this will work, maybe it won't, but it won't be the fault of the people that are running the plant now. That's for damn sure. So, I'll tell you what. And then the rate structure, according to me, the rate structure has to, we're going to be in control of the rate structure. Well, yes and no. You sign a 10-year contract. No, it's not going to be that simple. He's going to be long gone. So this has to slow down. It has to. You have to settle a lawsuit. You have to find out what's going on. This is horrific. On other matters, this fiasco with the law of stars. This was all mayor acting unilaterally without the approval of council. He went and ripped that thing up. Cost $80,000. Now me, if I was the mayor, you know what I would do? Okay, you know what I do? I say I gotta pay it back. I gotta pay it back. I gave authorization to people on the basis of getting the parking spaces to some big campaign contributors. Should have been after that. Okay, we have 3 people in the police department that are going to retire very soon. They're claiming they're working 35 hours, and they're claiming on their retirement papers that they're working 40 hours. Their positions are listed for 40, they've been working 35, and they want the pension based on 40. You know what they call that? Fraud. You know what needs to happen? Letitia James, or whatever her name is, needs to come down here and we'll start locking people up.
Anybody else who wishes to speak, please come forward. See no one, move on. I'd like to make an announcement. We have one appointment this evening. Councilman Chris Babstratt will serve on the selection committee tasked with reviewing the recent proposals for the Binghamton Johnson City Joint Sewage Treatment Facility operations, maintenance, and management. Councilman Babstratt, thank you for agreeing to join the support committee. We look forward to your recommendations. On to the non-preferred agenda. Introductory ordinance 19-68, considered planning. Councilman Matzo.
Mr. President, I would like to abstain from this due to business relations with park outdoors. Mr. President, I'll make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to allow my colleague, Councilman John Lasso, to abstain from this vote for the purposes of a professional plan.
Councilman Scrooge, can you read introductory ordinance 19-68?
Sure, no problem. Thank you, Mr. President. Stand and ask for unanimous consideration for introductory ordinance 19-68. Second, an ordinance authorizing park outdoor advertising of New York Incorporated to replace 2 stacked sign faces on an existing billboard with 1 digital sign face at 249 Court Street along Route 363. As the representative of the 1st District, I am very proud that I'm able to say that I actually represent Park Outdoor, being located on Clinton Street. This is a great project. They're actually tearing down the facade and redoing the entire area of 2 current signs that will be replaced by 1 digital one. They've actually been able to calculate and figure out that the light that will be illuminated off the digital sign is actually even less than the current light of the 2 signs that are there right now, and it will allow for multiple businesses to be able to advertise as well as with times offered for local initiatives. So I hope everyone will support it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Comments on introductory ordinance 19-68?
Call the question, Mr. President.
Question to be called. Roll call, please.
Councilman Scrooge.
Aye.
Councilman Louis.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cross.
Aye.
Councilman Taylor.
Aye.
Councilman Baxter.
Aye.
Councilman Matzo abstains. And President Scanlon.
Aye.
That's 6 ayes, 1 abstention, Matzo.
Introductory ordinance 19-69, consider planning, Councilman Matzo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand and I page. All right. This is an ordinance, State Environmental Quality Review Act. An ordinance authorizing the sale of 199 Murray Street and 25 Lydia Street to Laura Cantella. Second. A motion to declare City Council as lead agency under secret. Second. We need a motion before we start.
All those in favor?
Thank you.
A motion to identify the purpose action as an unlisted under secret.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. A motion to issue a negative declaration under secret for the following reasons. These are vacant lots. Ms. Cantella owns adjacent property. The property is to be transferred, must be maintained as green space, and will merge with Ms. Cantella's property. Can I get a motion, please? Second. Roll call. Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi.
Aye.
Councilman Lewis.
Aye.
Councilman Cross. Councilman Taylor. Councilman Babstraff.
Aye.
Councilman Matzo.
Aye.
President Scaringi.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Now I stand and ask for unanimous consideration on ordinance 19-69. An ordinance authorizing the sale of 19 Murray Street and 25 Lydia Street to Laura Cantella. And I hope everybody agrees.
Questions or comments? Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, that's 25 Lydia and 199 Murray. I just want to thank Laura Cantella, who's a homeowner in First District. This is going to be a great addition on Murray Street and Lydia. With the ownership of the adjoining properties, I also want to thank Megan, the mayor's office, and Port Council for helping out. This is a great another example of the side lot program, making sure that we're taking properties that were once in private hands and putting them back in private hands to ensure that we're expanding our overall tax base. Thank you, Mr. President.
Other questions or comments?
All the questions?
Question been called? Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi.
Aye.
Councilman Livingston.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cross. Councilman Taylor.
Aye.
Councilman Babstraff. Councilman Matzo.
Aye.
President Scaringi.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory ordinance 19-70, considered finance, Councilman Babstraff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask unanimous approval of introductory ordinance 19-70.
Second.
This is an ordinance to amend the 2019 capital budget for various public works projects.
Questions or comments? Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, again, this is just a capital budget transfer for the purchasing of trucks and other related equipment for DPW parts.
Any questions or comments?
Call the question, Mr. President.
Question been called? Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi.
Aye.
Councilman Livingston.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cross.
Aye.
Councilman Taylor.
Aye.
Councilman Babstraff.
Aye.
Councilman Matzo.
Aye.
President Scaringi.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory ordinance 19-71, considered employees, Councilman Babstraff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask for unanimous approval of ordinance 19-71.
Second.
This is an ordinance amending the 2019 parks budget to reinstate the senior park maintainer and defund a laborer position.
Questions or comments? Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Earlier this year, this body passed a piece of legislation, as we do every so often, every month or so, when we are looking at positions here at City Hall or different departments relative to seasons or what type of projects they may be working on. We look at ways in which to save money. A great attempt here was tried, and it looks like they want to go back to the way it originally was. So I applaud Parks for attempting to look at this cost saving and labor measure. They tried it in good faith and it didn't work, so the cost is actually a wash, nothing to the taxpayers. Thank you.
Questions or comments?
Call question.
Question been called, roll call please.
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory ordinance 19-72, considered finance, Councilman Crabtree.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I'd like to ask for the unanimous approval of introductory ordinance 19-72.
Second.
This is an ordinance to amend the 2019 finance budget to reallocate funds, reduce salaries, defund the title of finance payroll specialist, and add payroll assistant, and to fund temporary services.
Questions or comments? Councilman Scarnati.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Again, fortunately, very annoyingly with the situation that we're in, this is again just a budget transfer over to hold over this money.
Any questions or comments?
Call the question.
Question been called, roll call please.
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory ordinance 19-73, considered finance, Councilman Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask for unanimous approval for introductory ordinance 19-73. This is an ordinance to amend the 2019 Binghamton Johnson City Joint Sewage Treatment Facility budget for additional appropriations for penalties and fines.
Questions or comments?
Call the question.
Question been called?
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory resolution 19-51, considered employees, Councilman Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask for unanimous approval for introductory resolution 19-51. This is a resolution establishing a standard workday for elected and appointed officials and authorizing the city clerk to file the standard workday and reporting resolution RS 2417-A with the Office of the New York State Comptroller.
Questions or comments?
Call the question.
Question been called, roll call please.
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory resolution 19-52, considered finance, Councilman Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask for unanimous approval of introductory resolution 19-52.
Second.
This is a resolution authorizing an amendment to the 2019 tax rolls for state officers.
Questions or comments?
Call.
Question been called?
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory resolution 19-53, considered MPA, Councilman Scarnati.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand and ask for unanimous consideration for introductory resolution R19-53. Second, resolution authorizing free parking at all municipal parking ramps from July 4th to July 7th, 2019 for July Fest. Hopefully everyone comes downtown and I hope everyone will support it.
Questions or comments?
Call the question.
Question been called, roll call please.
Councilman Scarnati?
Aye.
Councilman Livingston?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brown? Councilman Taylor?
Aye.
Councilman Patrick?
Aye.
Councilman Mato?
Aye.
President Scanlon?
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Introductory resolution 19-54, considered in PW and Parks. Councilman Scritcher.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand and ask for unanimous consideration for introductory resolution R19-54.
Second.
Resolution authorizing the mayor to accept a grant from Tennis USTA in the amount of $1,000 to purchase supplies for the Parks and Recreation Department tennis program. I want to congratulate the Parks Department. It's a $1,000 grant. It has zero local match, and will be used for the purchase of tennis supplies. Thank you.
Questions or comments?
Call the question.
Question McCall, roll call please.
Councilman Scritcher.
Aye.
Councilman Livingston.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cruz.
Aye.
Councilman Taylor.
Aye.
Councilman Babstra.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Scan.
Aye.
That's 790.
Communications from council members. We'll start with Councilman Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Great. Glad to hear it. You've heard a lot of ayes and ayes and ayes and ayes this evening on some pretty important but menial pieces of legislation type stuff that we obviously deal with all the time. With that being said, thank you so much for coming down, as always, to many of you for speaking and letting us hear what you have to say, and being aware of what's going on in the city. Obviously, we have some big decisions coming up, specifically with the joint sewer plan. So it's always nice to see that folks are interested and engaged. Our council representative was apparently disappointed to the bid selection committee. I'm sure Councilman Babstra will do a fine job. I wish that we spoke about it at the council. This is the first time that I heard this, but you hold a lot of weight in your opinion. If the other 6 members of the selection committee are all they're appointed by the mayor, so I hope Chris will do a job, a fine job, I'm sure, but also a job displaying and passing on the concerns of all members of City Council, which I'm sure he will do. Aside from that, it's Independence Day weekend this weekend. It's an exciting weekend for our entire country, but also an exciting weekend to be here in Binghamton. There's so many incredible things going on. Take advantage of the amazing things happening in our community this weekend, if any. Whether it's Rumble Ponies games happening all weekend long over at NYSEG Stadium. We'll have the most amazing fireworks, and food and drinks. Saturday night, Kevin Malone from The Office is even going to be there to host a little event at the Rumble Ponies Stadium for anyone's an Office fan. July Fest is happening this weekend, as we already mentioned. A real downtown celebration, and always a great excuse to explore what downtown has to offer. And if you want to venture outside the city limits, Highland Park is, of course, the most amazing community celebration for Independence Day as well. So there is certainly a lot to do, certainly a lot to be concerned with as well. And as always, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Councilman Taylor. On to Councilman Babstra.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I'd like to start out by giving my condolences to the family and friends of Connie Gordon. He passed away, I think it was Saturday. And I went to the wake before I came to City Council's Cornix, and to see the people that had lined up to give their last respects, it shows how many, as a teacher, as a principal, and as a mentor, how many people's lives he's actually touched. And I consider him a friend that he's, in the last few years, he's become almost like family. And I just want to say that I was glad that I got to know him as well as I did. And again, I condolences to his family. 4th of July It's going to be hopefully a great weekend for the July Fest. They line up a lot of entertainment, a lot of great groups, and it's going to be from Friday night till Sunday. You know, you can get all types of music, and you can have the vendors and the crafts people and all that, but it really would be, it's nice to walk out, of course, without any traffic, and be able to really see, you can actually see the buildings and everything that's going on at a whole different perspective, because you get to walk down the middle of the street, which normally you would get pulled over the cable. This weekend you can do it. The other thing too, you know, last night we talked a lot about the joint sewage system. We hear from employees, we hear from union members, we got to hear from construction crew last night. And I very rarely go on Facebook, unless I want to see like my kids or something like that. So I did check to see, because that's what all emotion is about. And the one thing that I noticed, Councilman Livingston posted, was we are being told to disregard the warning calls being sent out by our professional plant operators. And again, that's another misrepresentation that we were talking about last night, because I don't remember anyone saying anything. And then further, from last night, I was in the middle of that conversation. Mayor David says, I think I also, just to clarify, no one is saying you can't talk to people at the plant. You can talk to as many people at the plant as you want to. So I don't know where it came that you were supposed to disregard any warning calls from plant operators. And the fact tonight you heard that I represent City Council in the opening of the bids and the process. And I want to tell you that I will do that with an open mind, as I said from the beginning. It's not going to be based on emotions, it's going to be based on facts of how to best serve the ratepayers, the plant, and the employees of the plant. With no preconceived notions of what is going to happen. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart, that it's going to be an open process as far as I'm concerned. I will answer any questions that the council has. I will take to the board any questions that the council has, and we'll get the answers that are required. So I will do my best to keep it as open and transparent as possible.
Thank you, Councilman Patrick. And Councilman Mazza.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hello, everyone. I want to send out my condolences to the Lorden family, too. Mr. Lorden was the assistant principal at Central. And I expect a couple days in his office, over the years. There's nothing there. He was a great guy, very respectful, and always happy. So my condolences go out to him. I want to thank the Binghamton Police Department. We had a small issue in my neighborhood, and the response time was just absolutely phenomenal. And the police department, talk about being professional. Seriously, they were extremely professional. And I really want to thank them. I mean, their professionalism was just far and beyond. And asking questions and talking with people about it, they were just phenomenal. So I really want to thank them, and their job is not easy. We have construction going on around and about the city. Please be cautious and be kind to anybody out there working. Slow down on the vehicles. Again, it's First Friday this weekend too, and our downtown Binghamton with July Fest and everything else. It's exciting to see this. It's exciting to see how busy the downtown is. And like Chris said, you can walk down the middle of the street and not get stopped for jaywalking or anything to do. And you can look up in the air and look at our beautiful structures, our buildings we have in our city. And they are beautiful, and they are maintained. They're getting better and better and better. Our downtown is really looking nicer and nicer every day. We have great restaurants here. We have some phenomenal restaurants here. I have some of my favorite restaurants I've ever eaten at. They're in Binghamton here. And I just want to say thank you for everybody for that. And we'll support you all every day. And thank you. Have a great weekend. Have a great Fourth.
Thank you, Councilman Monso. And the Councilman Scrivner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I need to apologize to everyone first for, I think this is my first meeting where I'm incredibly underdressed. I actually had a meeting that started this afternoon at 4:30, and I thought it was going to end at 5:30, and actually didn't end until like 6:10 or something like that, in a good sense. And I only had 20 minutes to get here. I don't change that quick. So I apologize for that. I don't know how to do that. But I also want to, yeah, exactly, Superman does. I want to give my condolences and prayers to the Lord and family as well. I want to thank all of our city employees, sewage treatment plant, for coming down every meeting, for talking to us. This was actually a great week for me personally. Obviously, as we're all having discussions about the possibility of privatization, public-private partnership, whatever wording you so choose. Yesterday evening, we were actually able to hear from Jerry and Jacobs on the construction side, and got a lot of great information there. And I also got a lot of great information this afternoon getting to meet with our city employees over at the plant. I was with them for about an hour and a half, and doing my due diligence and doing my research. So I want to thank all of them for, who are all here actually, for taking the time out to meet with me, as well as for all of you who always come, or who have been coming over the last couple of weeks, and thank you for all your work. Last week, we had a great meeting over on the south side of Councilman Papstra's district, over at the Ross Park Zoo, and there were actually a lot of people from not just the public sector and different nonprofits throughout the city, but even members of the public who began to really give feedback on some of the upcoming changes that are going to be down there. So it was great to see some of them, and I want to congratulate the board for a great meeting that they had. A lot of roads and infrastructure coming up in the First District. Front Street, for those of you who have not been on it yet, if you haven't, what are you waiting for? I never thought I would actually get to say that. So obviously I want to thank the mayor, the administration, City Hall, and all of the efforts of everyone that went into that to get that done. We've also started milling around the city. Streets in the First District like Murphy Ave and Cypress have been done. Everett's on the way. So that's great to hear too. I want to thank Code and Zoning. They actually helped myself as well as some constituents out with some issues. Our code inspector, Dave, who is just an awesome guy, got some tips on some things from our first neighborhood watch meeting just a couple weeks ago. Literally hit it within the next 48 hours, as well as Greg Buell, our zoning officer. And I actually want to thank one of our police officers who went way above and beyond duty for something that was just awesome. We actually had a constituent on Elm Street whose furry, amazing dog got under the fence and got out. And half an hour later, one of our awesome Binghamton police officers found Bruno and actually drove him back thanks to the tag. So hitch for the city clerk's office. Make sure that you're registering your dog, and I just want to thank him for that. And lastly, just a reminder that the First District has a town hall meeting on July 10th, which is a Wednesday at 5:30 at that coffee place. There will be representatives from Code, Zoning, and the Community Response Team, the CRT of the Binghamton Police Department. And there'll be coffee and light refreshments on me. So if you're a member of the First District, or if you'd like me and just love coffee, come by, say hello, let me know if I can help. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Scrivner. And the Councilman Livingston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Been pretty into it this week. My father comes to me with cancer treatment. I guess I know a lot of people over the years who've gone through this with family, with parents, and other loved ones. But I never really knew, what it was all about. But Yeah, I guess I just have one thing I want to say tonight. One of my friends, Matthew Carr, reached out to me and he informed me that there was a fire on Cedar Street. This was last week or the weekend. And a number of staff from Bundy lived in the building and they're burned out, lost everything. So the Art of Binghamton is a music festival recently. They announced it a couple of meetings ago. They're going to be doing a fundraiser at First Friday at Bundy, starting at 6 p.m. There's also a crowdfunding page up, and if anybody is interested in contributing and can't make it to the Bundy at 6 o'clock on Friday, you can call me, text me, get me on Nextdoor, get me on Facebook, email me, send me a carry pigeon, and I'll send you a link so you can give a contribution to support these families in their tough time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Livingston. Have the Councilwoman Kratz.
Thank you. And thank you all for coming again today. It's nice to see you here. Have a great July 4th. I'm thankful for the freedom that we all have, and the freedom that we can come here and publicly speak and say what we want to, and that is a privilege and a blessing all in one. There are people that can't in other countries, so let's not forget that. Remember how blessed we are. I'm sorry about your problems with what you're going through with your family. I'll keep them in the prayer. Everyone just been a little under the weather lately, cracking, coughing, sniffling, probably not how that food to listen to. So with that, I'm just kind of like ready to say good night to everyone. So everyone have a good day.
Thank you, Councilwoman Kratz. I'd like to thank the people that come down to speak. We encourage that. We certainly like to hear what you have going on and what the issues are. So please continue to come down and speak, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So, second.